Have you ever wondered why the vibrant and diverse marine life we marvel at is slowly withering away? The answer lies in a less talked about yet equally significant environmental issue: ocean acidification. Scene script. Imagine sipping a glass of fizzy soda. That tingling sensation you experience is due to carbon dioxide gas, which is also the primary culprit behind ocean acidification. As we continue to burn fossil fuels and release excessive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, the oceans act like a giant sponge, absorbing about a third of these emissions. So what happens when the ocean absorbs all this carbon dioxide? It reacts with seawater to form carbonic acid, increasing the ocean's acidity. This process, in simple terms, is what we call ocean acidification. Now, think about this. Just as we might grimace at the harshness of an overly acidic drink, marine life too struggles to thrive in these increasingly acidic waters. Among the hardest hit are creatures with shells and skeletons made of calcium carbonate, like coral reefs and shellfish. The elevated acidity dissolves their protective coverings, leaving them vulnerable and exposed. Imagine trying to build a sandcastle with the tide constantly washing it away. That's the daily struggle these creatures face, but it's not just about the corals and shellfish. The ripple effect of ocean acidification reverberates through the entire marine food chain. The tiniest plankton that form the base of this chain are affected, which in turn impacts the larger creatures that feed on them. It's akin to pulling a card from the base of a house of cards. The entire structure wobbles, and if we don't act soon, it might just collapse. So what can we do to slow down this silent killer of our oceans?
Ever wondered how our daily consumption of plastic, particularly plastic bottles, contributes to ocean acidification? It's a question worth pondering as we strive to find innovative ways to mitigate the environmental impact of our actions. The good news is, there are creative solutions out there, and one of them involves transforming plastic bottles into something as practical as bus stop shelters. The process is both fascinating and relatively simple, requiring a few key steps. First, a collection effort is needed to gather the plastic bottles that are often carelessly discarded. These can be found in various locations, from urban streets to the ocean side, wherever their presence poses a threat to the environment. Once a sufficient number of bottles have been collected, the next step is to prepare them for their new role as building blocks for a shelter. This involves drilling longitudinal holes in each bottle. Besides preparing them for assembly, these holes also provide a means for airflow, a crucial factor in ensuring that the shelter does not become excessively hot during the summer months. The next step is to secure the bottles together using wire rope. This step transforms a simple pile of plastic bottles into a sturdy, interconnected structure. The wire rope not only holds the bottles together, but also provides the necessary stability for the shelter, ensuring it can withstand various weather conditions. Finally, the assembled structure is installed at the designated bus stop. The result? A functional, environmentally friendly shelter that provides protection for passengers, while also serving as a tangible reminder of the creative potential of recycling. The beauty of this initiative lies not only in its practicality, but also in its potential for replication. It serves as a shining example of how communities can come together to address environmental challenges in creative and practical ways. So why not consider launching a similar initiative in your local community? Remember, every plastic bottle collected and transformed into a bus stop shelter is one less contributing to ocean acidification. It's about turning a problem into a solution, one plastic bottle at a time.
Ocean acidification, a direct result of increasing carbon dioxide levels in our atmosphere, presents a serious threat to marine ecosystems and to us. But worry not, because solutions do exist. The most impactful and effective solution is to drastically reduce greenhouse gas emissions. This means we need to cut back on our use of fossil fuels and ideally eliminate them altogether. It's a monumental task that requires every sector of our global society to decarbonize. Governments, companies, and individuals alike need to actively seek out alternative energy sources and transition to renewable energy use. However, simply eliminating fossil fuels won't be enough. Even without them, there's still an excess of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. That's where the restoration of carbon sinks comes in. These are areas that naturally absorb and store carbon dioxide, helping to balance our planet's carbon cycle.